Okay students, our next topic is measuring instruments. As we have learned in the previous video that all the quantities which can be measured are called physical quantities. So there are some instruments which we use to measure these quantities. So we will discuss only those instruments which are according to the smart syllabus, and that one is vernier caliper. So vernier caliper is an instrument which is used to measure smaller length. The accuracy obtained in measurements using a meter rule is up to 1 millimeter. However, an accuracy greater than 1 millimeter cannot be obtained by using this instrument. So we have to use a special instrument, and that is called vernier caliper. So what is vernier caliper and what is the construction of it? So vernier caliper consists on two jaws. Number one jaw is fixed with main scale, and number two jaw is movable. As you can see in the picture, it has two scales. One is main scale and number two is vernier scale. So the vernier scale having 10 divisions over it such that such of its division is 0.9 millimeter. And the least count of vernier caliper, least count means the limit which can be obtained using this instrument. For this we have to use the formula that least count of vernier caliper is equal to the smallest reading on the main scale over number of divisions on vernier scale. And as you know that main scale reading has a smaller reading 1 millimeter and total divisions on vernier scales are 10. So when we divide 1 by 10 we get 0.1 millimeter. So our least count of vernier caliper is 0.1 millimeter, or in centimeter it is 0.01 centimeter. So there are many instruments, but we will not discuss today because these are not included in our smart syllabus. So our last topic is significant figures. What are significant figures? Before doing this, we will discuss some factors which affect the measurements. So the accuracy in measuring a physical quantity depends upon various factors. So number one factor is the quality of the measuring instrument. Means which type of instrument you are using for your measurements. Is it have any zero error or any other problem? If the instrument is not accurate, you will not get the right or accurate measurement. Number two is the skill of the observer. That is the observer know how to use this instrument? Is he or she know what are the factors which affect the measurement and how he or she has to correct the zero error? So all these things are very important while you are taking the measurements. Number three is the number of observations made, that how many observations you have made. For the accuracy of measurement, you should take 3 or 4 readings and then take the average of that. So in this way you can get the accurate measurement. So you have to learn all these factors. Next, you have to learn the definition of significant figures. The definition is the significant figures are all the digits that are known accurately and the one estimated digit. कि वो digits जो आपको पता हैं करेक्टली आप जानते हो कि ये तो इंक्लूडेड ही हैं इस रीडिंग में, और वन एस्टिमेटेड डिजिट को जब आप साथ ले लेते हो तो इसे कहते हैं सिग्निफिकेंट फिगर्स. एंड द लास्ट इज दैट व्हाट रूल्स यू हैव टू फॉलो टू आइडेंटिफाई द फिजिकल द सिग्निफिकेंट फिगर्स. नंबर वन इज द नॉन जीरो डिजिट्स आर ऑलवेज सिग्निफिकेंट, लाइक 1 2 3 4 5 6 up to 9. These all digits will be included in significant figures. Zero between two significant figures are also significant, like 209. The zero between 2 and 9 is significant. The final zeros on the right decimals are also significant. Zero written on the left side of the decimal point for the spacing of decimal point are not significant. Like in example it is given 0.002070. The zeros in the left side will not be included. So these are some rules you have to follow while you are identifying the significant figures. So girls and boys, you have to learn all these topics and you have to do the short questions which are given at the back of the chapter, and also you have to do the MCQs and numericals, like the numerical at the end of this chapter is that find the area of a wrapper whose length is 6.7 centimeter and width is 5.4 centimeter. So girls and boys, you know the formula of area, that area is equal to length into breadth. So you have to multiply both the terms, and in this way you can get the area of the chocolate wrapper. So I hope these topics are clear to all of you. Still, if you have any problem and you want to ask anything, you can contact me, and I hope you will learn these topics. Thank you.